It's week number 4 at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester, New York. This is Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. Here's our lineup for today. As winner of 5 in a row tries to grab 6, that's Sam Dewitt III. Here are today's challengers, John Amico, Ray Hill, and Buda Marshall. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rochester, New York. I'm Paul Peck with Sue Nawojski. Two things we have learned about Sam Dewitt. He is a great bowler, but he thinks the game real well. Tell everybody what that means.
Well, I mean, we're learning that as we go, of course, but we've seen him go through so many changes on the lanes and keep his mind about them, switch balls if he has to, make his spares while he's figuring it out, and then come over and explain it to us that it has been a whole mental process the entire time. So he keeps his head in the game, even though it can be tiring. It can be tiring to throw 10 frames and be thinking for every 10 frames, but he's been able to do that. And my curiosity is, what is the advantage or the disadvantage to being at the top of the list? And these bowlers who have bowled on the condition have seen it. He's just meeting someone who's bowled well on it, and he's coming in cold basically every single time that we bowl.
Yeah. All right, Sam, so come on in and address Sue's point there. How much of a challenge has that been?
If anything, the advantage is I just have to win one. The disadvantage is I don't get to see the transition of the lanes. I get 8 shots before coming to the championship and hope that I have a good idea from, about 45 minutes earlier in the day. They're throwing urethane, they're throwing reactive. It's changing all the lanes every single shot. So that's the disadvantage.
I see you're going full black and gold. Is the Steel City Striker trying to intimidate everybody here today?
That wasn't the plan, but now that I've made it here, I'm just trying to be like the Steelers and get the one for the thumb. It's 6 in a row.
There you go. He's won 5 in a row. Can he make it 6? We're about to find out. Going to be a fun week here on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. We're going to get going with Hill and Marshall. Let's get rolling. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowlingNewYork.com to find a center near you. It's Ray Hill and Buda Marshall, a couple of guys very familiar with bowling here at the ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester that are going to get us started. This is our 4th of 4 weeks here at our stay at this outstanding bowling center in the Flower City. It's been a great stay for us. We've seen some great bowling, and I think we might have some more great bowling before we are done. And the first guy to show us some of that is 24-year-old Ray Hill from right here in Rochester. And that's a good start for a guy with a 228 league average.
Yeah, that was a really nice form. That was our first look at him. And when he's up again in the next frame, we will analyze his game a little bit. Real high backswing, real smooth bowler.
This is Buda Marshall, 31 years old, from right here in Rochester with a 237 league average. And both Ray and Buda, and then our next bowler, John Amico, qualified through the in-house qualifier for league bowlers here at the ABC Gates Bowl. Thank goodness. I was going to say, you do not want to start 7-10, and thankfully Buda does not. So now it's just a simple single pin spare pickup for Buda Marshall.
Yeah, that's a big turn.
That is certainly a big turn.
Here you're going to hit the pocket and you're excited, then you see the 7-10 and you're disappointed, and then someone comes through and takes it out, so that's nice.
And there you go. Nice spare to get things started. Scoring and stats powered by Chick Magnet, offering specialty fried chicken sandwiches, comfort sides, and much more to the greater Rochester area. Works in the construction field, does Buda Marshall. Bowls in 3 leagues per week. Certainly everybody deep into the league bowling as we speak here now. And another league bowling off and rolling all over the country, and especially here in Rochester. And that's a nice looking strike for Buda Marshall.
Yeah, Buda's adapted well to the different scoring condition than what he's used to, keeping the ball in, and not much you can say about that. That was just picture perfect.
And now back to Ray Hill, striking the first frame. Customer service rep is the profession. He's 3 leagues a week, is Ray Hill. Started bowling at 6 years old.
Nice snap at the bottom of his swing.
Does that give you a little more power? And we kind of saw the pins powering their way down on that one.
Take a look at this. Nice big high backswing and nice snap at the bottom. Yeah, it's just rotation, better hit. Gets a lot on it.
Does more of his rotation and power come from the high backswing or from a little bit of the snap at the end?
Well, he's got that nice snap at the bottom of his wrist. I mean, the backswing's natural. Your backswing's natural. You don't put a lot of thought into it, but it's all a matter of timing, but perfectly straight. It's a really nice game.
And again, another late pin fall there means Ray only has the single pin spare to pick up. Yeah, that you can see that snap. It's very pronounced. So let's see his spare skills on display here as he tries to nail that 6 pin.
Yeah, we've seen a nice mix of left-handers and right-handers here. Seen more urethane out of the left-handers, though.
Why do you think so? Any correlation to any of that?
I would say that just a little less play on that side of the lane, just trying to smooth out the condition.
Yeah, we had a lot of lefties when we first got started here 3 weeks ago, and not as many since then. And you can watch the form of Buda Marshall. Very nice.
Well, that ball is reading the lane beautifully.
Again, these are both guys that bowl a lot here at this bowling center, and you'd like to think there's some advantage built into at least feeling, understanding, reading the lanes.
There's always characteristics of a house that come through no matter how you oil the lanes. It's not always picture perfect of what it should be because the age of the lane, the surface, all of that comes into play, and just the house shot just manages to come through somewhat. So there's always characteristics. So some familiarity with the house probably does help.
Here you get the lane level look. And that's not the highlight that Buda wanted us to show from lane level.
No, as we've seen all along, the right lane plays different than the left lane. That one skated out to the right on him. His target is definitely deeper on the left lane. They've tended to keep it in more on the left lane and get it out to the outside boards on the right lane.
And that's a good spare pickup to bounce back from that shot. So strike, spare, first 4. I'm sorry, spare, 2 strikes, and another spare in the first 4 for Buda Marshall. And now we go to the 4th frame for Ray Hill. 15 career 300 games with a high 8-10 series for Ray Hill. And again, both of these guys making their first appearance here on Beat the Champ. So as we've seen, there's a little feeling out, a little nervousness maybe, but both these guys look pretty good, pretty confident. Until you have 4 pins staring back at you.
He throws it hard. I mean, one thing about throwing it that hard is you can get it skate through your break point. You know, your break point is out on the lane where you want the ball to start to make its turn. If you go through that and it breaks late, you're going to miss the pocket light.
Yep. All right, you got a 4-pin cluster.
Yep,
Let's
we
see
got the bucket.
Oh, that's right. That's another bucket. We've had a couple of buckets.
Not an easy spare, and especially when the lanes are a little tougher.
Yep, but a good job that time for Ray Hill. So strike, strike, spare, spare for him through the first 4.
Yep, these guys are filling it out a little bit, but go back to the importance of spare shooting. Both these guys are clean on their spares, and you know, keeping the match close.
Make those spares. Someone has beaten that into my head. Wonder who that might be.
I wonder who that is.
5th frame for Ray. Big high backswing, spin of the wrist, and good pin action for a strike. And the fun part about it is, particularly for these guys from the in-house qualifier, you know they know each other. You know they've bowled against each other. You know they've hung out with each other at any of the leagues that they bowl in here at the ABC Gates Bowl. So there's always that fun element of, you know, a little, not necessarily trash talking now, but maybe after the fact, or that'll be discussed over a beverage following this thing.
I have a little better feel for this in-house qualifier now that we've run it out of my bowling center, and and my bowlers have made it, and I get now really what it means to these bowlers.
Oh! I thought that was going to be the slowest strike we've ever had on the show. Watch this. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Look at that thing. That was like 25 degrees tipped to one side. I think he walked away from it because he thought it was going to wind up missing, and it missed the other side.
I wasn't looking close enough to see what he did there. Did he throw a backup ball at it?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Okay. Two-handed backup.
So that's a tough break there for Buda in the 5th frame.
That is the first time I've seen someone do that.
So now he's got to shake that off and get right back to work. And that's how you do it. We'll take a timeout. It is Beat the Champ.
I like Storm bowling.
I love Storm for so many reasons.
What I love about Storm the most has got to be the people we have. I win with them more. The people at Storm really care about the sport, and they truly are the bowlers company. I get to live out my dream and bowl on tour, and that's all because of one company. The willingness and the strive for excellence in winning. It's all about winning.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
Sixth frame now for Ray Hill.
Now he's got a little opening here. This is when you want to jump on your opponent after they've given you an open frame and you're sitting on a strike. That's what you want to do.
Blowing through that opening. That's what Ray Hill did. That's a double now for him. But more importantly, he saw the open frame from Buda Marshall. So I want to ask you, if Ray doesn't have that kind of flip of the wrist at the end, how would that change his shot if he kept the wrist steady?
That's just his style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody gets their hit their way. His just happens to be noticeable.
Yeah.
I think he got away with that one. He got that one in, and he knows it. I think the one thing with that, if your timing isn't perfect, it's you will pull it because your ball's going to come over. Your hand's going to come off the side.
Strikes in the 6th and 7th frame for Ray Hill. Strike in the 6th, and here's Buda Marshall eyeing those pins in the 7th frame. That's a good-looking shot.
Yep, that's a good job. Playing these lanes on the right-hand side here, utilizing that big hook coming from the right side of the lane that they don't have on the left side. On the left lane, they're keeping it in, which means they don't have that recovery on that lane. So very smart playing the lanes the right way.
20-plus career 300 games, high 847 series for Buda Marshall, and he told us one of his biggest bowling achievements was the opportunity to win a doubles tournament with his pops. That is right on the top of the list, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we like to talk about what a family sport
Yep.
this is.
I thought I heard somebody say, "I like it, I like
I
it,"
think it
and
was
now
him.
I know why. I don't think that was Buda; it was somebody else.
No, somebody
but,
in the crowd.
but they knew.
Somebody who knows his game very
Yep.
well.
Maybe it was him.
Oh,
Maybe
there he
it
is.
was
Yep.
Buda.
Is he mic'd up?
I don't know if he was mic'd up, but we could hear it. We got microphones everywhere. All right, so a little pressure now on Ray. He's on 3 in a row. Make it 4. Nobody's giving up right now.
Nope.
One guy 4 in a row, one guy 3 in a row. Somebody wants to move on to take on John Amico, and then somebody wants to move on to try to knock Sam Dewitt off the crown of 5 weeks in a row.
20 pins separating these guys. Even though his matches seemed really close, we do have that one open for Buda.
That's the difference in the match right now, really.
Well, if he strikes here, it is because nope, this could be a 5-bagger for him. Ooh, in. That one was in.
Yeah, not going to be 5 in a row, and Ray knows it, so he knows he's got a little work to do here in the 9th frame.
Yep, this one he got around and pulled it. This is where that pop at the bottom, if you miss it, or you in his case he overdid it, got around the side of it, and the ball's gonna go right on him.
Good spare pickup in the 9th frame for Ray Hill.
Tightens this matchup though.
Yeah. So now Buda Marshall will finish out, and then Ray Hill will know what he needs.
That's right.
Unless Buda strikes out, and then that takes Ray out of the equation. Since the open frame, it's 3 in a row for Buda Marshall. Love the focus, the intensity. I'm pretty sure we know who's cheering things on now, don't we?
He got that one a hair right, and that's why he was cheering it on to get back. Just a hair right of target. But that light hit's been carrying, so
Look at him.
if you're gonna miss, you want to miss light.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. And there is Pops looking on.
Oh, he's gonna
Steeler failure right now.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going to happen if he gets to go up against Sam. Might have a little battle there for the Pittsburgh side of
Probably
things.
really likes his outfit though.
All right, couple of strikes here for Buda and 9 pins, and he is a winner. He gets the first one.
Smile out of Dad.
Way to go, Dad. There you go. Buda's feeling it now, isn't he? Love it. Just
Yeah,
love it.
always fun. Love it.
All right, he did what he needed to do on the first ball.
Dad's calm.
Dad's calm. Gonna be burning up inside, but he's calm on the outside.
He really stretches that hand out.
Oh!
It's okay. It's not over.
I thought he was good for it. Wow, look how much space there was from the deck to that pin when it tips to the left.
Oh. Love it.
All right, wow, what a show Buda Marshall just put on to put himself at a 234. So Ray still got a chance to beat him with 2 strikes and 2 pins. I'm just thinking we're watching Buda, talking about the Steelers. What a great sports town Rochester is in. They've had NBA players, NFL players, great bowlers. Like, this is a terrific city for turning out terrific athletes. There's strike number 1. Maybe add Ray Hill to that list.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yep.
Totally different demeanor. Knows what he needs to do.
1 more strike, and then all he needs is 2 pins. What a great match between these 2 guys coming right down to the stretch.
I guarantee you.
Buda's sitting there going, there's nothing I can do about this.
Buda's sitting there being mad that he missed that 10 pin.
That pin that should have fallen and didn't might be the difference. Oh.
Wow. That was
Well,
a great shot.
the 7 pin comes back to burn both guys a little bit. And it's Buda Marshall that will bring that intensity and enthusiasm into match number 2 against John Amico. It's coming up next. Hard to top that first match, but John Amico and Buda Marshall will try to do it here in match number 2. Buda with the 234 to 233 win over Ray Hill, and that was fun to watch. And we're going to get to see Buda right off the bat here as he battles another good-looking bowler named John Amico. Again, all from the in-house qualifier here at the ABC Gates Bowl. And if it's any indication of what we saw in the first match, it's some of the best bowling we've seen so far.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great match, and it was 2 different styles versus each other. Because sometimes all this emotion can, throw you off your game, and he seems to be thriving on it.
There you go. Boy, we have
there's
seen,
that love tap he wanted
we have
last
seen some love taps and rolling pins like you can't believe so far here.
Yeah, that's because the light hit is a high percentage hit here.
And here's our first look at the 41-year-old from Leroy, New York, John Amico, 217 league average. Most of that here at the ABC Gates Bowl. And John's a really interesting story. We'll tell you a little more about him in a moment. But look at the form and how hard he throws it. And we'll see his strike skills right off the bat here.
Yeah, really firm. He made a great shot there and paid the price with that 10-pin.
Network and cybersecurity engineer is the profession for John Amico. Not the first time on TV for John. He was on a youth bowling show when he was 8 years old.
First time in a while.
Yeah, so it's been 33 years, but it's not the first time. And that's a first frame spare for John Amico. Deep breath, puff the cheeks out, and figure out what's going on the left lane. Winner of this match goes up against our 5-time Beat the Champ winner in Sam Dewitt. Since the show came back last season, no one has won more than 5 in a row. That's Sam and his buddy Derek Green, so a chance for Sam to break that logjam and move to 6 in a row. But we'll got a lot more to figure out before we get there.
That was an excellent shot right there. Thought maybe it was going to snap up a little high, but held its spot perfectly.
And now Buda Marshall. He's pacing himself. We'll see how much he starts yelling at the ball and the pins here. It's only the second frame. There's time for that.
Yeah, Buda has a routine. He's like the Rafa Nadal of bowling. He's got a lot to go through before he executes. Great shot.
Doesn't matter. It seems to work. There's an old baseball player from the 80s and 90s named Mike Hargrove, and Mike had an incredible routine that he had to do before every pitch, and it took so long they nicknamed him the human rain delay. So there's that similar kind of routine for Buda. We got a few little baseball-related tidbits to give you in this match. That was one of them. There's a cool one about John Amico to tell you about next time he comes up. I'm tapping into my childhood love of the sport of baseball. You're tapping into those things buried deep in my brain from when I was a kid that like, oh, hey, I got a story about this. I'll tell you what, no one is utilizing the space better than Buda Marshall is.
If you're going to miss in on a lane, that was the lane to miss in on.
I love it. I love it. You can see the crowd is into it as well, too.
Beautiful.
And there's a strike in the third frame for John Amico. He made TV show at 8 years old. He's been bowling since he was 3.
I think Buda's pumping up John, too, to show a little bit of emotion
why
here.
Why not?
Yep.
So the cool thing about John was he bowled as a kid, then went to college and stopped bowling. Literally went 12 years without bowling, got back into it. First year back, blows out his shoulder, rehabs it, comes back. Second year back, blows out his elbow, rehabs it, comes back. He said this past league year that stretched into early 2025 was his first full, healthy league year of bowling in 15 years. It's a strike for John Amico. He's got 3 in a row. Buda's got 3 in a row. Everybody's striking. We're going to strike out and take a break here. Back in a moment.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are the Bowling Proprietors
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
All right, fourth frame now for Buda Marshall. Perfect through the first three, and he's gotten a little help on almost every one of them.
That's right.
They don't ask you how, they ask you how many. And that is 4 for 4.
No help on that one. That was just
Didn't
perfect.
need it. That's perfect. That was a perfect shot. So what was perfect about it? What was a little bit different here that allowed this kind of hit?
It was pretty similar to his other shots. It's just it might have broke a little bit sooner because it didn't hit light the way it has been. But, man, that set up just perfect. And, I mean, that tells you that you've got the right target and you've got the right ball in your hand because it gives you a little bit of space. And, you know, he's getting a little looser. He's very comfortable with how he's playing these lanes. And when your swing gets looser, the shots get purer. And I think that's what's happening here.
I think once he started letting the emotions come out about midway through the first match against Ray Hill is when he's bowled his best.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, when he maybe he was a little afraid to be as loud as he normally is here on a Wednesday night.
Once
at
he got
ABC
adapted
Gates
to
Bowl.
to the lights, to the situation, that got a little right on him. Yep.
Yeah, still winds up knocking 9 of them down.
That's where he said that on this lane, this was if you're going to miss in, this is the lane to miss in on because the target is inside. He got that one, you know, out to like the 5-6 board, and that's definitely not their target on the left lane. He's just happy there was
Yep.
no 10 pin up for that.
Uh-huh. I got 9 pins.
I'll take it.
So that ends the run of 4 strikes in a row for Buda. So 4 strikes and a spare on the front side, 5 frames. And here's John Amico working a triple right now.
All right, so here's his opening. He's got to take advantage of that opening that he's been given because Buda hasn't missed by much. Oop, that fell off his hand. Right in the right place.
That was a power overcoming anything that wasn't right off my hand.
Well, he actually caught it.
So that's 4 in a row now for John Amico. Both guys have had 4 strikes in a row. The difference is Amico's got a chance for 5.
Make no mistake, these lanes are very different. And these guys are doing a great job of playing the lanes where they need to. Great shot.
Perfect. 5 in a row.
So the lead, even though Buda had the front 4, threw a great shot in the leading into that 5th frame, just missed it by a bit. He's now finds himself behind in this match.
That's why bowling is a quirky game sometimes. You can't ask him to do much better than he is, but it might not be enough. All right, so coming off the spare in the 5th, he'd like to get right back to striking.
He needs to get back.
And listen to see if he helps it along. Didn't like it, did he? Right from the beginning, he didn't like it.
Nope, feet got fast. That motion he just did right there was the slow down motion. His feet got fast. ball went to the right on him, and that's a big indication when you're bowling. If you miss your target to the right, most times it's because your feet got quick, your timing got off, and you have to reel it in, slow down those feet.
All right, so this is a very difficult spare pickup. So it's going to be an open and a crucial one in the 6th frame for Buda Marshall. All right, so Buda now in the 7th frame.
Good shot.
Well, there was a lot of pin commotion over there by the 7.
That light shot's been, like we said, a high percentage strike shot, but that was the safe way to play it, was to move in a little bit, keep it in, just miss that 7.
Spare in the 7th for Buda Marshall. Seventh frame for John Amico after strikes in the 2 and 3. He's working 3 in a row for a total of 5 straight, and that streak comes to an end. Got that one a little bit to the right again.
Yeah, that was
and
to
it
the
did
right.
not hook
We'll
in.
take a look at this. That skated right through his break point. His break point is before that. So he got that too close to the gutter. He wanted that ball to read sooner.
So let's see what John can do here to pick up this spare. And he'll only get 3 of the 4.
It feels to me like his feet are getting fast.
So each guy with an open frame so far. Well, that's 2 odd frames in a row for John after 5 strikes.
I mean, literally for both these guys, like they were perfect playing these lanes exactly the way they were supposed to, and then one bad shot got in their heads, and now they're overcompensating, and they have to take a deep breath and dial it back and go back to the basics of what they were doing in the beginning.
And that's a spare in the 8th for John Amico. So again, the door back open here for Buda Marshall when maybe he was worried that 6th frame open was going to doom him. Not the case.
This is really the winner's going to be the person who gets it back together again.
Yep, well, 3 frames left for Buda, 2 frames left for John. So you're running out of time to get it back together again.
Well, they're dead. They're pretty much dead even at this point. If Buda strikes, he can get this tied up. If he doesn't strike, then John's still up by a little bit. Better shot. That was a better shot. He just didn't get it exact out to his break point. That was in a little bit, so it wiggled just a hair. His target's a little bit right of that, but got that light hit that really could have went.
Winner to take on our 5-time returning champion, Sam Dewitt III. To cap off our 4-week stay here at the ABC Gates Bowl. So spares in the 8th and the 9th for Sorry, 7th and 8th for Buda Marshall. Now he goes to the 9th.
So now we're going to the 9th frame, and Buda's down 11 pins.
Certainly still within range to get this back for the 31-year-old from right here in Rochester. As John Amico looks on.
John's job is to match whatever Buda does, and he'll be fine.
Good
Whoa.
shot.
What a great pressure strike.
9th frame strike for Buda Marshall.
Well,
Does he like it? You bet he does.
Yes, he does. Since John finishes first, he's really going to dictate what Buda's going to need.
Buda with a strike. John not with a strike. Again, you talked about how to match.
Yep.
All right. 9th frame. Spare
Spare.
is good. So we're going to the 10th.
All right, here we go.
We're going to the 10th with a chance for this one to be tied up.
This is unpredictable.
Yeah, these two matches so far today have been two of our best, tightest, and most competitive. A 1-pin victory for Buda over Ray Hill, and now it could be another 1-pin match. So John will finish out in the 10th frame. As Buda looks on. There's a big strike.
Wow, that's a great recovery off the last shot he threw on that lane. He cannot shut him out, but he could force him to throw all 3 strikes in the 10th if he can strike twice here.
All right, 1 strike in the books in the 10th frame. Deep breath. Locked in, focused. And that one hooked, kind of wild hook right at the end.
Well, that's a similar shot to the one he did a couple frames ago.
So John Amico needs to get this to finish off this spare and put the pressure back on Buda. And he missed it.
That was a big spare to get.
So it's a 222 for John Amico.
Nope.
So Buda Marshall is looking at needing 2 strikes to win. A strike and a spare means...
Strike 9 spare.
Strike 9 spare means we're tied. So John Amico looks on, nothing he can do. Got to be a strike right here for Buda Marshall. There you go. Gotta have it, and he got it.
Great shot.
You could hear him screaming, gotta have it, gotta have it. That's a terrific shot. Gotta have it. So all he needs to do here is just put himself in a position to spare.
He needs 9 or strike. 9 spare to tie, strike to win.
All right, Buda Marshall, a strike, and it's a win. And he gets his crack at Sam Dewitt. Oh. And it's John Amico that dodges the bullet and wins this by a 1 pin again. Amico Dewitt championship next. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Sam Dewitt and John Amico, even with the fan that he was holding, Sam's been a cool customer on his way to 5 straight wins. Can John Amico be the guy to knock him off to wrap up our month-long stay at the ABC Gates Bowl here in Rochester, coming off the 222-221 win over Buda Marshall? John Amico off to a good start. First match of the day, Buda by 1 pin over Ray Hill. Second match, John by 1 pin over Buda. What are we going to have in store for ourselves here?
Yep. Again, we talked about a little bit with Sam, and that's the obstacle of coming in cold after these guys have had a chance to, John's had a chance to bowl on the lanes and see the characteristics. And in the practice, I saw Sam throw a few different balls trying to figure out how to play these lanes.
37-year-old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with a 247 league average, but more importantly, he has won 5 weeks in a row here on Beat the Champ, and if he wins it today, he will move to the top of the list since last season of the most consecutive victories, bypassing his buddy Derek Green, who he is tied with for 5 in a row right now.
Now that is an experienced bowler approach to picking up a spare.
Well,
he took out his plastic ball, went straight at it, and there's no margin for error when you do that.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say, we have been impressed by Sam's ability to adapt to, he had a 268 to win a match. He had a 193 to win one of those 5 in a row. He has been able, last week in the win, he was using different balls on different lanes. Like, he has really thought the game well, and we've seen him do that, and that's why he has the chance for, as he said in the open of our broadcast, 1 for the thumb here, to use a Pittsburgh phrase, to get 6 in a row. And now to the 41-year-old from Leroy, New York, John Amico, who I'm sure he would be the first to tell you got a little lucky as he sat there and watched Buda Marshall needing 9 pins, and Buda got 8, and that was the difference. That's why John's here and Buda's on the way home.
Yeah, John seemed surprised to win that match. Like, he hadn't done the math
entirely.
entirely.
You didn't think you looked at his face and he didn't know that he even thought he had won.
You could see him reading the pins, like counting the numbers there. And it's like, wait a minute, I won this match. He's got some ball speed here. It seems like when he gets nervous, he amps it up some, and that shoots it through the break point. So it's important for him to stay calm, stay slow. There, he's taking a deep breath right there, because he can throw it really hard and shoot it right through what needs to be where the ball starts to hook.
You almost sense that when he loses his focus, he throws it too hard instead of pulling back a little bit and finessing his way to the proper position sometimes. And that one took a sharp hook, and it leaves 2 pins on the right side.
I think this is a prime example of, got that way in. This is a prime example of people who are used to bowling on these challenging shots and people who aren't. It's not to take away from how someone throws it, or, how good they throw it, how good their fundamentals are. These lanes are unforgiving.
Ugh. That's a big-time slip-up. And the one guy you don't want to slip up against is Sam Dewitt, because he will pounce on the opportunity.
Yeah. This is where his experience really makes a huge difference.
Yeah. So Sam's from Pittsburgh, as we mentioned. Works
No
at
way.
The VA works at the VA hospital. He's an Air Force veteran, but he is heavily involved in bowling on regional tours, not just in Pennsylvania, but all around Pennsylvania, New York, and upstate New York, and that that general area. And that's where he has honed his skills to have 86 career 300s and an 880 series. And if you've been watching this show, not last season at the end or any of the last 3 weeks, you just know how good he is.
So how good is that Air Force team that they're not better with him on it?
Yeah, he told us that they do have an Air Force team that he tried to make when he was in the service and he got rejected. Like, you're right. Who else is on that team?
I mean, if not...
And
Great
that is
shot.
3 in a row for Sam Dewitt, trying to get on his way to 6 in a row.
It's such a special community.
Storm is the bowlers company, more knowledgeable.
The company really cares about bowling. The products are great.
And the bowling balls smell good. X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
So now John Amico has to fight off that open in the 3rd frame. And he almost got that 10 pin to go down.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. And he knew he needed it too. Sam is no one to mess with. He's pretty sharp.
So I mentioned in our last match that what kind of the cool story of John coming back after not having bowled for 12 years, college, job, family, all that stuff kind of getting in the way, but he wanted to come back. He comes back, he blows out his shoulder, he comes back, he blows out his elbow, and then he's finally back. He had to have Tommy John surgery, and if you're not familiar, you may have heard that, and this is where I already made one old-time baseball reference. I'm going to nerd out on another one. Tommy John, it's named after the baseball pitcher Tommy John. 26 years in the major leagues with 6 teams, most prominently the Yankees and the Dodgers. 288 career wins, but in 1974 blows out the ulnar collateral ligament on the inside of his pitching elbow. Same injury John had. No one had ever come back from it before, but the doctor for the Dodgers figured out a way to take part of his hip and implant it in his elbow, and Tommy came back and was a great, successful pitcher. And now 30% of all Major League Baseball pitchers have had Tommy John surgery because you come back better than you did beforehand, and that's what John has had to go through. The doctor said, we don't need to operate, but you just won't be able to lift much with your arm. He goes, no, I'm a bowler. I want to be back. And he had the surgery, and now he's finally back. Oh, a brief moment of looking at a 7-10 there for Sam, but he gets rescued. So there you go. We've had Tommy John and Mike Hargrove, 80s, 90s baseball references for you here today on Beat the Champ. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I once had a chance to meet Tommy John and kind of asked him the question, like, you're more famous for the surgery now than you are for your baseball career. And he kind of laughed and said, hey, whatever gets you there is fine with me, right? You know, because I think it gets thrown around and people don't know who he is. They think it might have something to do with underwear, which is not the case.
I was gonna say underwear because I've heard of it. when you said Tommy John surgery, I'm like, underwear surgery?
No. One of the all-time great left-handed pitchers in Major League history. That is Sam Dewitt coming up with a strike after the spare in the 5th. All right, so now it's John Amico in the 6th frame. He went spare strike in the 4th and 5th. And he's going to have a chance at a spare here in the 6th. Sam Dewitt went spare strike in the 5th and 6th. So maybe Sam, again, you might come into this thinking, oh, Sam Dewitt has been awesome. He's been great. He's won 5 in a row, and now he's bowling against the guy who comes out of the in-house qualifier. Well, maybe Sam was smart enough to ask Derek Green, who he's tied with at the 5 straight wins, about how Derek's streak came to an end by an in-house qualifying bowler. And that's John with the second
Wasn't
open
it here?
I believe it was here, yes. So maybe Sam learned his lesson. And, of course, our host center for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart, is the ABC Gates Bowl, and you can find them online at abcgatesbowl.com. They're just one of our many great host centers. And if you want details on how you can be a part of Beat the Champ, you stop in at any of our host centers and ask how you can be on the show, and we could be seeing you here on the lanes. Maybe that means next week at Malwitz's Island Lanes on Grand Island, New York. And that is where we will pack up and head to for next week's show with a whole bunch of new qualifiers and maybe that guy again.
It's looking good right now.
He's going to start wearing out that I-79, I-90 trip from Pittsburgh, but I don't think he minds. A little tick of the 10-pin, but not enough.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, the lanes have gotten tough. And he's just going to have to grind it out, make his spares. He's in a good position. He's up 34 pins. He's up 44 pins with that open. And all he needs to do is make his spares now. So just stay out of trouble and make your spares.
And we keep repeating the story because it's a good story worth repeating. And if you weren't with us in any of our earlier shows, here's the impact of this show. Sam Dewitt goes to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to bowl in a regional PBA event or touring event, and some stranger comes up to him and says, aren't you Sam Dewitt from Beat the Champ? Like, how cool is that?
That is
cool for him, cool for us to hear that. It just means that people are noticing what we're doing here and what these guys are doing.
This guy has a tremendous demeanor. I mean, even though he doesn't need to, he just needs to get into the pocket. And, here you could look at this as just a makeable spare. But he's got a smile on his face. He's okay.
Well, before we got started 3 weeks ago, Sam kind of said, like, man, I didn't have a very good summer. Like, I haven't been striking. But what he didn't say, because these guys hold themselves to such high standards, was he was sparing. Everything. He might not have been striking, but he was sparing a lot. And I think you're starting to see that sometimes as he struggles a little bit, or the people that he's bowling against struggle, or the lane conditions change, he has not slipped up from making sure that it's either a strike or spare and nothing else.
No, I think in the case of coming here on this shot, where at times, based on how the lanes are broken down by other people's equipment and where they've been playing the lanes, that the spares became the most important part. Having that experience and confidence to make your spares and not think twice about it really helped him to stay winning over the course of the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, again, sometimes I think when you're a high-level guy like Sam, like anything less than a 230 is a letdown, right? But sometimes I think you'll probably tell me when you're at that level, you have to get to your mind to go, if it takes 190 to win, 190's fine.
Honestly, I think he's smart enough to look at it that way. You know, you throw too many strikes. Think about how many times, well, if you're just throwing a game full of strikes, when you leave your first spare, so often you miss it because you're just in that strike mode and you're not in the spare mode at all. This is all the sparing that he's been doing probably was a blessing for today.
Do you think that's something he learns from bowling at a high level like he does at all these very highly competitive regional tour events where you go into it thinking, I need to get a lot of strikes because these guys are good, but then you can shift your mind to going, I might not be striking, but I better be scoring well?
Well, realistically, whenever you go bowl these tournaments, you're very rarely seeing a house shot. So you're always going to be on a shot that's modified or tougher than that, and you know they're not going to be high scoring. You know, if you go to league and a house shot, you are expecting to average 230, which we've seen by his average. He's at 247 average. He expects that on a house shot. But when you bowl a lot of tournaments, you know that's not what you're going to bowl.
All right, we get to see a little bit of Sam's shot-making skills here on this one. And how about that? Did I set that one up okay or not? How about the 6-7-10 takeout by Sam Dewitt? Watch this thing of beauty.
That's how you make it.
So Sam Dewitt, and that seems like a fitting way to clinch his 6th consecutive victory. He is doing the black and gold proud here today. Sam Dewitt III is going to be the first guy to sweep an entire 4 weeks at a bowling center and remain our champion.
That is excellent.
So we'll come back and we'll talk to Sam about win number 6 in a row when Sue and I return to Beat the Champ.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
fun with family and friends,
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are the Bowling Proprietors
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. And by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Does 6 wins in a row mean that we have to consider Sam one of our co-hosts now? Because we're never here without him.
He isn't our co-host. I thought for sure he was. Nobody has better perspective than him. He's actually in the trenches.
Yes, he is. Can you put into words when you're bowling as successfully as you are and with the amount of confidence you have, what that means?
Confidence is the best. If you don't have confidence, it's hard to understand the lanes. If you're confident, you know that the next adjustment you're making is the right adjustment.
All right, well, he's been making all the right adjustments and all the right moves for 6 wins in a row. He is Sam Dewitt III, and he has been fun to watch. We'll see you next week on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.